What is going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we'll be working on my 2016 Ram 1500. I did purchase this from an insurance auction. I believe a tree had fallen on it. It didn't set any of the airbags off. However, the SRS airbag module set a fault, and when the airbag module sets a crash fault, it's one of those permanent faults where you have to pretty much take the airbag module out, get it reset, or replace it with a new airbag module that doesn't have a crash fault set in it. Here is the airbag module. Again, this is a 2016 Ram 1500. I believe this applies to anywhere from 2016 to 2018. Prior to that, I want to say anything 14 and below might have a different style airbag module. I say this because I had a 2015 and I replaced the airbag module on it, and it looked a little different than this, but I could be wrong. That might have been a different truck. I could not find any content on this. I could not find anything online. So we're going to kind of approach this as an adventure. So bear with me. I'm gonna do the hard work so that you can do the easy work. So let's get to it. Here we are inside the truck. You can see the fault that it's triggering. Now you can drive the truck, however, that light's gonna be annoying and your airbag system in the vehicle will probably not function correctly. We're going to be trying to clear this light. Now, before you do the hard work of taking the console apart, what you could do is try to hook up a scanner to it and try to reset it that way. If that doesn't work, then looks like you might need one of these. Just FYI, if you are purchasing one of these or you are getting your airbag module reset, now there is services online where you could take your airbag module out of the car, send it out, and you know there's services on eBay all over the place. If you search on YouTube SRS airbag module reset, you'll find all kinds of stuff. You can either send it out and it's like $30 to $60, or you can just buy a new one. This one was like 80 bucks off of eBay, so I just went ahead and bought a new one because I cannot wait to have the module shipped out and brought back and whatnot. So when you do purchase this, make sure you purchase one that does not have a crash fault DTC on it. Make sure you read the description of your eBay listing before you purchase one. So this came out of a donor 2017, I believe, Ram 1500. Actually, it might say on here, where is that at? Yeah, 2016 Ram 1500. So there's the donor vehicle, there's a VIN number, so that's that. All right, so my battery on my camera is kind of running on fumes, so I'll be charging it and recording as we go. But the first thing you want to do is turn off the truck and then disconnect the battery. So we'll go ahead and disconnect one of the terminals. Looks like the negative terminal will be easier. You just take a 10 mil, loosen this up, and shimmy this off. Let's get to it. All right, now to remove the center console, what I'm starting to do here is obviously clear up this area because you have a whole bunch of junk. But open this up. There's a little rubber panel right here. Remove that. Remove this rubber panel as well. I got them all loose already. Remove that one, and then you remove this one. And then there's a 7mm bolt that goes there, one right there, one right there. Remove those three, and then you should be able to grab on both sides, pry it out. And then once you pry this out, you won't get far because there's a little connector right here. To remove the connector, you just press on this tab and pull it right out. And I can tell you right away that I can see the airbag module, and seems like the part numbers match up to the one I just bought, so that's a good sign. If you have power seating, you will need to reconnect the battery so you can maneuver the seat back and forth, and I'll show you the reason why. So what I did so far was I went ahead and there's a panel right here that just pops off. You remove that panel. There's a 10mm bolt that's right there. I was missing it. I did take this console apart in the past, and I might be missing a bolt or two, so bear with me, but it is a 10 mil. I know that for sure because the other side has a 10 mil. And then there's going to be a 7 mil right there that I still haven't removed. You need to remove that 7mm bolt. And then on the back, you're going to need to move the seat forward to get to this 10mm right here. And then over here, there's a panel for your rear vents. Why can't I close this? But there's a panel that you just pop off. You just kind of like pry in to there with your screwdriver or, you know, pry tool, and pry it right off. It pops right off. And then there's a connector, this connector right here. To remove this connector, you just press on the little tab and shimmy it out. Set that aside. So pretty much the same thing on the other side. I already have this panel removed. I don't know if you need to remove this, but I just went ahead and did. There's this panel that you're gonna pop off, and then there's a 10mm bolt, and then there's another 7 mil right there. And then you'll move the seat forward. right. Once you move the seat forward, there is a 10mm bolt that you will need to remove right there. And right now it's kind of loose. We can pick this up. But my goal is to try to remove the whole console. Success. So it looks like we got the console removed. After we removed that 7mm that was in the previous video on both sides, we pretty much just shimmied this off and it is loose now. There are a few connectors over here, but you can just disconnect them. Where are the cables? Right here, these two cables, they're connected into this bracket. You don't really have to remove these from the bracket. You just, go in here, pull that one out, pull that one out. Like I said, these are the two connectors. Once those are removed, this is pretty much loose, and then you just kind of shimmy your way, and then we can prop this back like yay. There is a cable holding it down right here. I'm pretty sure I can. Is there a connector? I think so, but honestly, I don't even need to remove that connector. Here is the airbag module, so I can just go ahead and prop this up like that, get on the other side, and looks like we need some 10 mils to get this out. Oh, before we do this, let's go ahead and make sure our battery is disconnected, and then we'll get the airbag module. So once we remove these 10mm nuts from 1, 2, and then the third studs right there, remove those, our airbag module is pretty much loose. And then to get the connector off, how it looks is, pretend that's connected in there. You have to push on this yellow tab. While you push on that yellow tab, you bring out this gray one. So here, push that down. All right, let's see if I can do this with one hand. Then bring that one out. And once you bring that out, it just pushes itself out. Same thing with the other side. Just push the tab, and then the gray tab, pull it back, and it pushes itself out. Now we've got this one out, and let's get the new one in. All right, guys, so before we install the new module, you want to at least, physically look at it and make sure that there's no bent pins, right? Well, on the new one, but look at your new module. Make sure that they at least look identical physically, and then you could look at the part numbers and you can see that these part numbers match. And you could get all crazy with the hardware number, software number. Looks like they both match. Obviously, this number might be different because it's, identifying this specific part. But yeah, looks like it's a DX truck. Looks like this one's actually older than mine, but let's get it installed. All right, guys, so here's our new part. Got it installed. Our 3 10mm nuts are secured down, and then we plugged in our connectors. Make sure when you put these connectors back in, the gray tab is going to be over here, basically all the way in the beginning. And then make sure you seat it in pretty well before you run this tab. It should go in fairly smoothly on both connectors. So got them nice and secured. See how this line kind of just, I guess, use my video as a reference. Yeah, this line goes in between those two. So there's that. Now we're gonna go ahead and reconnect the battery, turn it on, and see if we cleared the light. So here we are in the truck. Got this back down. It's not installed yet. But what I did is I put the steering wheel up, brought the seat all the way back, and then I reclined the seat. And we're gonna go ahead and start it. I just kind of want to stay away from this airbag just in case anything happens. Probably shouldn't have the phone in front of me. Let's put it all the way back here. Put it in the on position. And then we can turn it on. Sorry about that. The phone connected to my Bluetooth here and disconnected the video, but just want to show you, if you look over here, we no longer have an SRS airbag light. Looks like we fixed it. Now we just gotta put all this back together. And to put everything back together, just do everything opposite of what we did. All right, guys, so that pretty much wraps up this video on how to replace your SRS airbag module on your 2015 or 2016 or 2018 classic body style Ram 1500. Again, this is not the new body style Ram 1500. I'm gonna go ahead and insert a time lapse at the end of this video of me putting the center console back together. So with that being said, we're gonna wrap it up. Don't forget to smash that like button, share and subscribe to the channel. It motivates me to do more of this kind of content for you guys. So yeah, go on to time lapse. See you in the next video.